Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl AmandaEnsing, and today we are getting into a little full coverage winter foundation routine. My skin is dry as right now. It's getting a little bit colder in LA. It's like 57 today, which is pretty cold for LA. If you've been a part of my A-team for a while, you know that I used to have oily skin when I lived on the East Coast. It was very humid there. And now my skin is more normal towards dry in wintertime. So this is the routine that has been working for me and saving my skin and making sure my skin looks flawless. I also have a lot of other full coverage foundation routines that are more for oily skin types, so I will link them down below. But today I'm gonna show you how I got this look. Full coverage glam. Like, this is a lot of coverage. Like, we're going extra AF today and I'm here for it. I hope you guys enjoy this tutorial, and if you want to see my full coverage foundation routine for winter, then just keep on watching. I'm just gonna warn you guys, this routine is extra AF. Like, this is what I go to when I want to be doing the most, like when I want to cover everything and I want to look flawless and I want to look just airbrushed. This is what I do. So let's get into it. Prepping your skin before you even apply makeup is the most important part of this routine. If you don't prep your skin, if you don't moisturize your skin, if you don't exfoliate and take care of your skin, your makeup is gonna be dry, it's gonna be patchy, it's gonna be flaky, and it's gonna be cakey. And nobody wants cake unless it's gonna be served for dessert. No one wants that cakey look on their skin. Okay. As far as exfoliating, it's all up to your skin type and your preference. I usually exfoliate 1 or 2 times a week, not too often. If you get a lot of dry patches, you might want to be exfoliating 3 to 4 times a week. Just do whatever your skin can handle and what you feel comfortable with, but make sure you are exfoliating, because when it's dry, you can tend to get little patches and you don't want that. Your makeup is not going to cover up dry patches. It's just going to sit on top and then it's going to flake off and it ain't cute. So exfoliate. Also, make sure you are moisturizing every single day, at least twice a day, morning and night. You gotta do it. It's part of the game. Think of it this way. When you use a beauty blender, you wet it. You can't use it dry. It doesn't work as well. You have to moisturize your skin. Your skin's gonna be plumper, more firm. So every morning when I wake up, I wash my skin and then I moisturize. I use the Fresh Rose Cream. It is my favorite. It's very hydrating and very gentle on the skin, especially if you have sensitive skin. It's amazing. I've never broken out from it. That's my first level of moisture. Now at nighttime, I also use oils. I swear by beauty oils. They are the best thing ever. Even when I had oily skin, I always used an oil at night with my moisturizer or in place of my moisturizer. And oil just soaks into the skin as you sleep and you wake up and your skin is glowing and radiant. Who doesn't want glowing, radiant skin, you know? Enough of the boring stuff. It is important though, so make sure you take that into consideration and you use these tips for your skin. Now we're gonna get into doing the makeup. First thing I'm gonna do today is use a beauty oil on my face. This is the Farsali 24K oil. It actually has 24K gold in it. It's pretty cool. I've been using this oil for so long and I love it so much. So I'm gonna put this on my skin for even more moisture. It feels so good. It smells so good. It's the best. You can also put this all over your lips, but I have a lip balm on right now. But you can also rub it on your lips and it's very hydrating. So normally I put this on the skin and I let it seep in the skin. If I'm doing my eyes first, I'll go ahead and do my eyes or my brows. I already did them off camera today, just so I could show you guys the skin, but look at how like glowing my skin is. I love it. If you don't want to use an oil, or if you're not comfortable with them, or if you have more oily skin, you can use this. This stuff is amazing. I'm actually gonna put a little bit on as well. This is the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Skin Base, and it's actually good for oily skin as well. They market it for oily skin, and I've used it when I was more oily, and it worked beautifully. And this is another product. It's like a cream base for under your makeup, and it also has skincare benefits. I'm gonna take about this much. I love using products on my face that also have skincare benefits as well. So it's nourishing and taking care of your skin while also making your makeup look amazing. The next step is to prime your skin. Now there are so many different primers out there for redness, discoloration, for blurring, for hydrating, for pores, mattifying. There are so many different ones. So just use whatever works for you, whatever you want to use the most. You can also mix primers. If you have discoloration and you want to blur, you can definitely mix and make a little cocktail of primers. Today, I'm gonna use a blurring primer. So I'm gonna use this product right here. It's the Tatcha Silk Canvas Primer. And this also has skincare benefits in it as well. So it has anti-aging ingredients and it's really, really nice on the skin. So this is what it looks like. It's a little putty, as you can see. So I just take this on my hands and I'm gonna press it into my skin. I like to focus these kind of primers around this area because my pores are larger around my nose and in the center of my forehead. And I like to pat blurring primers versus just rubbing them in because I feel like it really presses them into the pores and it fills in your pores, so it gives you a more blurred effect on the skin. And these 3 products that I just used, they're all so delicious. Like, they all smell so nice. And this product is a pricey penny too, but you do get a lot of product and it's an amazing primer. I feel like everyone loves this primer, especially when it first came out. I feel like that's all anyone was using. It's really, really great. 10 years later, we can finally move on to foundation. First things first, I'm gonna go in with a stick foundation. Now, I am a huge lover of stick foundations. I love them so much. They are my go-to foundations. And today I'm gonna use the Makeup Forever HD foundation. I love it. It's amazing. This one and the Hourglass stick foundation are my 2 favorite all-time stick foundations. I used the Hourglass one in my last foundation tutorial. So today I'm going to use this one and I'm using the shade Y415 128. I am a little self-tan right now, so I'm gonna use a darker shade. So what I'm gonna do is just layer it on the skin. And this has so much coverage, like on a daily basis, or even when I'm going to events or anything I wanna dress up, I always will just use a stick foundation and it's fine. But we're gonna intensify it more today, but I'm just letting you guys know, like, this on its own is a lot of coverage, like, no joke. I'm gonna take a Morphe M439 and I'm just gonna start buffing this into the skin. Around my nose area and my mouth, I kind of press it versus buffing, and make sure to get in the little crevice by your nose. Like, I do that because if not, it always creases around my nose and it's so annoying. So, side note, I have a pimple right here and then I have the same one on the other side, but underneath my brow. Why do pimples on your brows hurt so bad? Like, literally it hurt so much. It's so annoying. And I feel like it still hurts. Like, I just want it to go away. I don't even understand it, but whatever. I go in afterwards and just kind of press it all in, all over the skin, just to make sure there are no streaks. And you can see, like, one layer of this foundation is a lot. Like, it's a lot of coverage. Now I'm gonna go in with the NARS Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. This is another foundation that is just out of this world amazing. Like, it is one of my favorite foundations of all time, definitely from Sephora. This is like my favorite liquid foundation out of everything there. I like it because it gives you a medium to full coverage so you can build it up. It's very buildable, but it looks so natural. It doesn't look cakey, it doesn't look thick, it doesn't feel heavy. It feels like there's nothing on your skin and it makes your face look flawless. So I'm gonna use this today. If you are oily, I definitely would recommend the Estee Lauder Double Wear. Now I can wear this even though I'm dry because of the oil, because of moisturizing. You can totally wear this if you're dry, you just have to prep your skin. But today I'm gonna use the NARS one, but just wanted to throw that out there. If you haven't tried this foundation, it will not budge. Like, it will last until you take it off. I've literally worn it for almost 24 hours one time, and yeah, it was amazing. I'm gonna switch it up from a brush to a beauty blender. So I'm just gonna pump this right on the beauty blender and put a layer all over my skin. I like to use a beauty blender for this step because I feel like it really presses in the product without it looking cakey. And especially since we're layering 2 foundations, you don't want it to cake up. You want it to look as flawless as possible. So I like to use this because it makes it look very airbrushed. The next thing I'm gonna do is cream contour. And you're probably like, wait, huh? Like, what? I love to cream contour before my concealer, so that way once I apply my concealer, I can set everything, sharpen everything up, and then it just makes things faster for me. So I'm going to go in with this little guy. I love using darker concealers to contour. I think it's just so easy, and concealers just blend into the skin so flawlessly anyways, and I feel like a lot of times a concealer works a lot better than a cream contour. So this is what I'm gonna use today, and these are like $4 or $5. They used to be $3, but I think they went up in price. And this is my favorite concealer ever. I use this all the time. So I'm just gonna go right here. I'm also gonna go on the side of my chin, sharpen that up a little bit, and then I'm also gonna go on my nose. It's always so hard to contour on the side of my nose because I have a bump right here. Like, you see that little line? That's where my bump is on my nose, and it always messes it up. I'm gonna go back to my foundation brush and buff it out because there's still a little bit of foundation on the brush and it makes it look really natural. And I make sure to blend the contour into my hairline, and then I'll take a makeup wipe afterwards and just clean up anything. But you don't wanna have like that demarcation line from your contour and your hairline. You wanna blend it back into the hair. Same thing with a regular contour or bronzer. For my nose contour, I'm just gonna take my beauty blender. Now we're gonna conceal and highlight. Like I said, I love this concealer so much. You guys have seen me use it so much, but today I'm gonna use this concealer from Too Faced. If you are sleeping on this concealer, let me just tell you right now, this is the best thing since Tarte Shape Tape. I love it so much. I didn't know I was gonna love it so much, and then I was like, okay, let me try it out whenever this came out. I use this every single day. It is bomb.com. I love it, love it, love it. I literally have 3 of them sitting right here. That's how much I love them. So I'm gonna use light beige today. And I love the applicator. It's this really big wand, and I love that because you can just conceal so precisely, and it's so fluffy and soft, and I love that. There's nothing worse than a really thin, small concealer wand, and you have to keep dipping in. So I'm gonna go underneath my eyes. I'm gonna bring it right down next to my nose and go up in a triangle. And I'm gonna go on the side of my nose right here as well. I get a lot of redness on the side of my nose, so I'm just gonna go like that. I'm also gonna go on the center of my chin, down my nose, center of my forehead, and then I'm gonna apply underneath of my contour as well, just to sharpen that up. So I'm going back to my beauty blender to blend everything out. The way to make your concealer look as flawless and creaseless as possible is to bake and set with a powder before it starts to crease. I'm gonna take the Laura Mercier Translucent Setting Powder. This is my go-to powder. So I'm gonna start underneath of my eyes and set that first and foremost so it doesn't crease. And then you have a little bit more time with the rest of your face because it's not gonna crease. I'm gonna switch to this Morphe sponge because it has a flat edge. And I'm gonna go on the side of my nose. I always keep one of these sponges around just for the flat side. They come in so handy. So now I'm just setting anywhere else that's shiny that I don't want to be shiny. I'm also going right underneath of my contour, and I'm gonna sharpen that up. I'm gonna take the round side and press it into the top of my nose that's a little bit shiny. Also, I'm gonna go on my upper lip, looks a little bit shiny. And I'm not taking as much powder in those areas, and I'm really working those into the skin. You can let your bake set for as long as you want. I don't like to let mine set that long. I feel like it starts to feel a little bit dry. So I'm gonna go ahead and dust off all of the excess powder. We ain't done with the powder yet, okay? Now I'm gonna take the Laura Mercier Glow Translucent Setting Powder. This is similar to the original, but it has a glow finish to it, so it gives you a little bit of a radiant finish. So I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna set all the rest of my face. And I'm gonna press it into the other areas of my skin that I didn't set. Again, I'm gonna go over with my brush just to make sure everything is even, no harsh lines. And you see how it's set, but there's still like a little bit of a glow. Next, I'm gonna take the Luminous Bronze Light from Hourglass, and I'm going to just set and define my contour. Now this has a little bit of a shimmer to it, nothing crazy, but it is a very luminous bronzer, which I really like because it's not flat and it gives you like a healthy little glow as well. And it's very buildable. Ooh, see how like, it's very radiant. I love it. Contour, no contour. I like to go into number 3, so just like this. And like you can kind of map out your cheekbones by the top of your ear usually is where it is. Whoever designed this sweatshirt definitely didn't design it for makeup wearers. There was no way I could get the sweatshirt on after I did my makeup, so I had to put it on before. But maybe I'm just too short for this because my makeup is getting everywhere. Love that for me. I'm gonna take this MAC palette to contour my nose. I don't want a shimmery color for my nose, so I'm just gonna take some of this shade right here, and I'm just going to contour my nose. And this brush is a Morphe Y22. It's almost like a little stippling brush. So what I do is I put on my contour like that, and then I take another brush, and then I just buff it all out. Now I'm gonna take some brightening powder. This is the KKW Beauty No. 1 powder. First, I'm just going to take my finger and dot it right in the center of my nose. Then buff it out a little bit and then take some down the bridge of my nose. Just like that. I'm also gonna take some underneath of my eyes just for that extra brighten. And make sure you tap it. Don't like rub it back and forth. Tap it into the under eye area. Another little trick, if you feel like your contour is too muddy or you messed it up or it doesn't look as sharp even after baking, you can take some brightening powder right underneath of your contour, just like that. And it's really gonna sharpen it up, just focusing it like on the tip of the brush. And it chisels, I can't talk. It chisels it out. That is hard to say. Chisels it out even further. All right, now we're moving on to blush. I'm gonna take this Kylie Cosmetics Winter Kissed Blush. It's a really pretty matte pink color, and this is from her Christmas holiday collection. And I'm gonna go right on the apples of my cheeks. I'm always scared when I use a blush for the first time because you don't know how pigmented it is. It's showing up, right? Yeah. To highlight, I'm gonna use the Merry Bright Loose Highlight. This is also from Kylie Cosmetics from her Winter collection, and this is the color. It looks like a champagne shade, so hopefully it's pretty. I love this formula. I've tried from her other collections and I really like this formula, so. Oh, wow, do you guys see that? That is gorge. Oh my gosh, this is so pretty. And this formula doesn't emphasize pores as some other highlights do. Like, it looks so buttery and smooth on the skin. Also gonna apply some on my chin. Then I'm gonna take my finger. What if I left it that way? Go back to my little brush. I'm taking a smaller brush and I'm gonna highlight the inner corners of my eyes since I haven't finished my eyes yet. So now that we've been beating our face for like 2 hours, we gotta set it. We don't want this to move, you know? So I'm gonna take the Glow Setter from Glam Glow. I feel like this is one of the most underrated makeup setting sprays. I love it. The mist is so fine. Like, can you guys see that? It's so like fine. You can spray all of your skin and it just looks bomb. And it smells so good. I love it. Oh, it smells so good. Maybe a little bit more. You know what? Maybe some more. Just in case. Just in case. And it doesn't smell alcohol-y, you know? Like some setting sprays just smell like straight up alcohol and it's like, that can't be good for your skin. This is one of my faves. I love it so much. I'm gonna finish my eyes and lips and then I will be right back with the final look. Lipstick is on, so now she is complete. This is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to give it a thumbs up if you did. Hit subscribe if you haven't and join my A-team, and make sure those post notifications are turned on so you never miss a brand new video. Also, if you haven't watched my last video, make sure you check it out. I have a huge 10K giveaway. I'm giving away a Gucci bag, 2 iPhones, giving away a new camera and a ton of makeup. So make sure after you watch this video, you go check out that video. I love you guys so much. I hope you enjoyed this little full coverage foundation routine. Yeah, love you so much.